Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be covering the strongest mod in Path of Titans. Anyway, if you are new here, make sure to like and subscribe and watch to the end because it helps me out a lot, and yeah, enjoy the video. Okay, so the strongest mod in Path of Titans, it's a bit of a difficult question to answer for a numerous amount of reasons, one being player skill. Some people are far, far, far too good at playing certain mods. Like, genuinely, they suck at everything else, but then they go on one dinosaur and they are so good. I don't get it. So, player skill, obviously, is one reason. And two, mods aren't balanced against each other. So, because of that, it can lead to some incredible, incredible things. Like, some mods will be far stronger than others of similar appearance or size, or even combat weight or model size, simply because modders don't balance against each other. I think most of them aim to balance around vanilla, but hey, everyone's got their own ideas. So that is the main two reasons why mods, or why the strongest mod is a bit of a difficult question. However, before you click off, because you might think I have no clue what I'm talking about, I do have a 100% definitive answer for the strongest mod in the game currently as of September 13th, 2025. And it's not a mod a lot of people play because it's a bit of a weird thing. It's not in many servers and not a lot of people play it. But before we get into that, I want to have a look at some contestants for this title. Now, I've got three runner-ups here. One of them you can see right now, Divine Beast Giga. So, let's just get straight into that. Divine Beast Giga, known as DB Giga, is notorious for being strong. In the past, at least. However, in its current stats, it is not even as strong as a T-Rex. I have them in the in-game chat right now. 5,500 combat weight, 1.1 armor, 785 movement speed, that's slower than T-Rex, 800 health, and 100 stamina. The stamina is important, I will get back into that. So, this Giga, it is incredibly easy to kill if you're a T-Rex, because it's just T-Rex, but it bites weaker, it's slower, it's fractured. Like, once you fracture it, easy, job did, killed. However, this Giga is notoriously called OP because of one ability, and I'm talking about Bloodlust. It wouldn't even be on this list if Bloodlust didn't, because Bloodlust is such a weird, complex ability. I'm gonna pull it up in game so you can like have a little read for yourself about what it does. But basically, if you use it too late, it kills you. If you use it too early, you get no use from it. But if you use it just right, if you use this ability perfectly, oh my god, it can kill a T-Rex with basically little to no problem. And it's really good. I will admit, this is a really good ability. However, there is an easy way to counter it. It's called running away. This Giga is slower than a T-Rex. It uses 65 points of stamina to activate. Keep in mind, this thing only has 100, so if you've been sprinting, you might not even be able to use the ability. But let's say, theoretically, you're on full stamina, and you want to use Bloodlust. Well, this is how much stamina it uses. And now you can chase something for maybe, I don't know, not very long. It does give you a movement speed increase, I think, by 5%, so you do end up becoming faster than T-Rex. However, T-Rex can run for about 50 seconds, I believe, and I'm nearly out of stamina already. And you can see it's draining my health. So, basically, the way you counter Bloodlust is run away, and when the Giga's ability is over, it has no health, it's a free meal. Alright, the next mod on this list is a dragon. I am including dragons because a mod is a mod. Currently, the Dominus doesn't have textures, so that's why it's all grayed out like this. Currently, it has no textures. Not my fault, not Exargilla's fault. I think it'll be fine. But anyway, the Dominus. This thing is on the list mainly because it has really good stats. Now, I originally thought these stats were going to be way more impressive, like old combat weight of 6,500, but no. The Dominus has got 5,500 combat weight, 1 armor, 800 speed, and 100 stamina. However, somewhere where it does incredibly well, far too well I think, is its damage. The Dominus is a flying just menace. It is a flying T-Rex that does more damage than a T-Rex could possibly dream about. This thing can face tank Rex, and not only that, it has a charge bite, which if you combine with ambush and the attack thing over here, put all of that together, this ability called Fortress Breaker, holy Jesus, it can do up to 230 damage to a T-Rex. 230 out of 800 health. And that's to a T-Rex, a flippin' T-Rex. Are you kidding? And it wouldn't be so bad, you know? It wouldn't be so bad. Except Dominus can fly. Like, why? Why? Why does a flyer need a charge-up attack? Now, before you say anything, Dominus is counterable because you can stop it from flying. This hide proves that you can't, because you can be immune to knockback while flying, people can't knock you down. And, you know, you can't fly whilst you do the attack. However, you can take off with the attack, which lets you just swoop down, land the bite, fly back up, you know, maybe even turn around, hit him with that bit of fire, you know, just to be a real pest, because of course they needed to give the dragon fire. It only makes sense, after all, it's a dragon. Now, I don't hate Dominus at all. The charge bite doesn't use stamina, I just realized that. I'm out of stamina and it... Okay. That's not good. However, it is on a long cooldown, 14-second cooldown, pretty long. But at the same time, I feel like Dominus just outclasses every flyer in the game by a mile. Sure, it can't attack too well in the air, but once it lands, it's able to kill a T-Rex pretty easily, like straight up face tanking it. Use the charge bite, spam the default bite, you win. There's nothing that Rex can do. Like, it physically cannot kill you in a face tank, unless maybe it has its voice buff. Other than that, though, I think the Dominus is pretty strong. I would put it up there as one of the strongest mods. Obviously, it's on this list, so of course I do. But genuinely, I think the fact that it's a flyer with Rex stats, and then the ability to do 230 damage in a single hit to most Apexes, that's wild. That's bloody wild, man. XR Gilla, you truly did make a dragon. However, Dominus, DB Giga, other mods I probably haven't put in this video because I forgot, they are nothing compared to TC's Amposaurus. This thing is ridiculous. Now, originally, I was going to put PT Zapato here as the number one, because it was stupidly good. It could literally 3v1 Rexes and be fine. But that thing got nerfed. PT nerfed it, and I'd say maybe it's even too weak now, you know? Some of you Apato mains, let me know down in the comments how you feel about the Apato nerfs. But I have stumbled upon this replacement, the TC Amposaurus. Titanus Constructions is what TC stands for, by the way. And this thing surpasses what Apato could ever dream of. I am not kidding you. When I played this thing yesterday in a modded server, it has vanilla stats, obviously. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair. But this thing outclasses everything I could possibly think of. There is not a single dinosaur I can think that can 1v1 this thing and win. Within, obviously if you have an infinite amount of time, maybe. But even then, even with an infinite amount of time, I don't see anyone killing this thing in a 1v1. It is far too good. So, this is going to be the bulk of the video, because I really do want to emphasize how strong this Ampolo is, because no one seems to use it. A lot of people just don't seem to use it. I know a lot of servers don't have it, but even when they do, like the server I played, the Amber Deathmatch server, no one uses it. I don't know why. This poor beefcake, fat, chunky, weird mod is just, it is insane. So, anyway, Titanus Constructions Amposaurus. This thing has some ridiculous stats, so I'm going to go through them. Health, 1000. Combat weight, 8,300. Armor, 1.2. That's basically 20% armor, just base. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, let's go to some of the attacks. Let's do the head slap, which does 55. 55 damage, and this is the attack speed. That is 5 damage less than Rex's bite. But, oh man, does it get any better? So, Tail Whip. This quick tail attack, 50 damage. you know, a little bit less than a T-Rex, but it has range. And again, the cooldowns. It is really quick. Then we have Tail Slam. That does 65 damage. Now, it is on a bit of a longer cooldown. It does fracture and uses some stamina, but it hits harder than Rex. Like, and again, no cooldown, so I can just do that one, hit him with that one, and then straight back to that one. That is, let me just do some math real quick. That is 160 damage, just right there. Bam, 160 damage without factoring in the combat wave. It also has a voice call, which gives it 100% armor. You need to be grouped when using, obviously, which is why I can't do it. You also have reflective spikes, which do 3 damage and 0.2 bleed. Then it also has another ability, which can increase its combat weight, Dense Bones. Now, it is only a 5% increase, but do you guys want to know what 5% of 8,300 is? 415. Now, that gives it a total of 8,715. And if that doesn't sound like it's too much of a big deal, let's just do some math here. So, we'll take the head slap. You know, this quick head attack that you can see right now. We'll take the head slap. 55 damage, okay? Every 2 seconds. To a T-Rex, that's doing 82. With the combat weight increase, that becomes 86. And T-Rex's 60 damage bite does 37. 37 to this 1,000 health that it has. 37 every 1.5 seconds. And this thing can hit it at nearly over double that. And it only has to do it every 2 seconds. Do you see the problem that this thing has? And we're not even done. We're not even done. This thing has more to offer. So, obviously, keep in mind that this thing doesn't have any shared cooldowns between its attacks. So, a T-Rex, you know, it can bite you, and it can't really do any other attacks, really. This thing, let me just hit you with the tail whip, the tail slam, turn really good, hit you with the headbutt. Man, oh, another tail whip every now and then. Really good. Now, in some occasions, some rare occasions, I have noticed that it also can somehow ignore tail damage reduction, which is about 25%. Now, I'm going to put a video on screen right now where you can see I'm stomping a PT Giga on the tail. I've already got it low, so it doesn't matter that it dies. But look at the damage in chat. I'll zoom in so you can see how much it does. I stomped the tip of its tail, and I did that much damage. Excuse me, but 200 damage on the tip of a Giga's tail? What? What? And, oh, you might think that's just because it's PT Giga. No, I did this to Vanilla Rexes. I did it to Vanilla Rexes. Now, the stomp itself does not have an AoE. It has a little effect, but it doesn't actually have a full AoE. It's similar to Iguanodon's arm slam. You know, that thing has the effects, the little VFX thing, visual effects, but it doesn't actually have an AoE. However, there is more to TC Ampolo. It gets beyond that. Not only is it insanely tanky, it does insane damage. It can somehow ignore tail damage reduction occasionally. I don't know how. You can't even bleed it out. It's a sauropod and you can't even bleed it. So, let me just break it down for you, Mark. So, let's say I do bleed to a T-Rex, you know? That thing, standing still, you can probably give it, I think, nearly 2 minutes of bleed standing still. Just off the top of my head here. That equivalent onto this dinosaur, 47 seconds. 47 seconds, which it can then sit and sleep off in 2. That's the maximum bleed. That is like a Tyranititan biting this thing 4 times, or whatever, to reach the max bleed, and it's gone in no time. No time at all. Now, that, to me, is ridiculous, because you can't out-tank it, you can't out-damage it, you can't out-bleed it. The only thing you can do for the beefcake is run. The beefcake will get you, it will kill you if you try to fight it. You can, obviously... Anyway, this is going to be the conclusion of the video. I really hope you enjoyed, and again, I'm just going to quickly reiterate this, you know, kind of spamming it. No hate towards the modders or their mods on how they're balancing. The mod makers have free will to do whatever they want with their mods. It's their property. They should not be constricted or restrained by anything. Their mods, they can do what they want. Just thought I'd like to put that out. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description below. That'll take you to the Discord, which I have. Feel free to come join that.